newsblaster. For decades, Judge Greg Mathis has been one of the most recognizable and respected figures on American television. Known for his no-nonsense courtroom style, inspirational life story, and strong moral voice, Mathis built a public image rooted in discipline, redemption, and family values. To millions of viewers, he wasn't just a TV judge. He was a symbol of stability, wisdom, and perseverance. That's why news and speculation surrounding trouble in his marriage shocked so many people. Behind the calm courtroom presence and motivational speeches, questions began to surface about what was really happening in his personal life and what ultimately led to the breakdown of a relationship that once seemed unshaken. Judge Mathis's marriage had long been viewed as one of the quieter, more private relationships in the public eye. Unlike many celebrities who regularly display their personal lives on social media, Mathis and his wife kept things mostly out of the spotlight. They had been together for decades, building a life that included raising children, navigating careers, and enduring the pressures that come with fame. To fans, the marriage appeared steady, grounded in mutual respect and shared values. That image made the later developments even more surprising, as cracks slowly began to show beneath the surface. Those close to the situation have suggested that the strain did not come from one single incident, but rather from years of accumulated pressure. Judge Mathis's career has been demanding from the very beginning. Long filming schedules, public appearances, speaking engagements, and the constant responsibility of maintaining a public persona can take a heavy toll on any relationship. While success brought financial security and influence, it also brought distance, exhaustion, and emotional fatigue. Insiders have hinted that time apart, conflicting priorities, and the challenges of balancing fame with family life slowly created emotional gaps that became harder to bridge. Another factor often mentioned in discussions about the marriage is the difference in how both partners handled privacy and public exposure. As Judge Mathis's profile continued to rise, his personal life became a topic of public interest, whether he wanted it or not. Every appearance, comment, or rumor was analyzed and sometimes exaggerated by media outlets and online audiences. Living under that kind of microscope can be suffocating, especially for someone who never sought fame themselves. Over time, this imbalance may have created resentment or emotional distance, as one partner lived in the public eye while the other dealt with the consequences behind closed doors. There were also reports of ongoing disagreements about lifestyle and personal priorities. As careers evolve and people grow, it's not uncommon for couples to find themselves wanting different things from life. Some sources have suggested that while Judge Mathis remained deeply committed to his work, advocacy, and television career, his partner may have desired a slower, more private life. These differences, when left unresolved, can quietly erode even the strongest relationships. What starts as small disagreements can gradually turn into emotional walls that are difficult to tear down. Adding to the strain were persistent rumors that circulated online, many of which were never officially confirmed. Social media speculation often painted exaggerated or misleading pictures, fueling narratives that may not have reflected reality. Still, the constant noise can wear on a marriage, especially when false stories begin to shape public perception. Even when untrue, rumors have a way of creating tension, mistrust, and emotional exhaustion, particularly when a couple feels forced to defend their private life against endless scrutiny. What made the situation even more complex was Judge Mathis's public identity as someone who frequently speaks about accountability, relationships, and personal growth. Fans held him to a higher standard, assuming his personal life would mirror the wisdom he dispensed on television. When cracks became visible, the contrast between expectation and reality sparked even more attention. For many, it was difficult to reconcile the image of a man who advised others on responsibility and respect with the idea that his own marriage might be struggling behind the scenes. Sources close to the couple have suggested that communication issues played a major role in the relationship's decline. Like many long-term marriages, unspoken frustrations and unresolved conflicts reportedly built up over time. When communication breaks down, even small misunderstandings can escalate into major emotional divides. Without consistent effort from both sides, reconnecting becomes increasingly difficult. no matter how strong the bond once was. Despite the growing speculation, Judge Mathis remained largely silent for a long time. He avoided addressing rumors directly, choosing instead to focus on his work and public commitments. That silence, however, only fueled more curiosity and assumptions. When a public figure chooses not to speak, audiences often fill in the gaps themselves, sometimes inaccurately. Eventually, when it became clear that the marriage was indeed coming to an end, many were left stunned by how quickly things seemed to unravel after years of apparent stability. Those familiar with the situation have emphasized that the decision to end the marriage was not sudden, nor was it driven by a single dramatic event. Rather, it was the result of long-term emotional distance, evolving personal needs, and the heavy weight of living life under constant public observation. In many ways, it reflected a reality that countless couples face: the slow realization that love alone is sometimes not enough to sustain a partnership without alignment, communication, and shared direction. What makes this story resonate so deeply is its human element. Judge Mathis, despite his fame and authority, faced the same challenges that millions of people experience in their relationships. The difference is that his struggles unfolded under the glare of public attention. The end of his marriage served as a reminder that success, money, and status do not shield anyone from emotional pain or relationship breakdowns. In the aftermath, Mathis has reportedly focused on self-reflection, family, and continuing his professional work. Those close to him say he remains committed to personal growth and learning from the experience rather than allowing it to define him. While the details of the separation remain largely private, the situation has added a new layer of depth to his public image. Not as a perfect figure, but as a human being navigating life's complexities like everyone else. Ultimately, the story of Judge Greg Mathis's marriage is not one of scandal or betrayal, but of reality. It highlights how even long-standing relationships can change under pressure, how silence can widen emotional gaps, and how public life often complicates